Okay, and a problem like number six, what I would do is I would look for something to factor that looks easy. Now, it's either going to be the top or the bottom. And I'm kind of looking at the top, and the top looks easier than the bottom to me. And then I would, I like to use the rational root theorem. I would look for a potential root. And probably the easiest one to look for is either plus or minus one. All right? Now, looking at one real quick would be 2 minus 5. That's minus 3 minus 1. No, that's not going to do it. So I go to minus 1. A little more detailed to do that one. So I'm going to see is that a root? In other words, does it produce a 0 on the top? Well, let's take a look at that. What do you get over there? You get minus 2, minus 5, plus 1, plus 6. And that does, in fact, equal 0. So now I know there's a factor on top. The factor would be x plus 1. I'm not going to worry at the bottom yet. Now, certainly, kind of playing around with it. Certainly, you can do the long division. What I'm going to claim over here, though, if this is going to work, I'd be looking at this over here. And why 2x squared? Because x times 2x squared is 2x cubed. And what would you get in the end? Well, it'd have to be 6. All right? Now, granted, this may not be the best way of doing things, but if you just simply multiply it out, by the way, this is the mystery now. What's in between? Well, you do get 2x cubed, right? And you get 6x. That's a given. All right? 2x squared, 6x. All right, what else do you get? Well, you get 2x squared. And then what do you get? Plus 6. Well, this is a bingo, this is a bingo. Now, someone says, well, what do you want to get? You want to get minus 5x squared. So you would need minus 7x squared here. So let's give it a shot. All right, I know it takes time to do that, though. So I can say minus 7x. And you know me, I'm going to check it. And what do you get there? Well, x times 2x. Let's just multiply it out. You get 2x cubed minus 7x squared. Let's see, plus 6x. Then you're going to get plus 2x squared. Let's see, minus 7x and plus 6. What do you get there? Well, you get what you expect. 2x cubed minus 5x squared minus x plus 6. Things are working out really nicely. Now, what I'm going to do over here, let me erase. I know it's a lot of work. I'm going to see if that quadratic's factorable. All right, so let's take a look at that. I'll write that down right over here. I'm just doing the top. And then what do you get? Let's take a look. Be 2x and x, right? Not much of a choice on that. And then I'd say 2 and 3. Minus. Let's see if that works. You get 2x squared. Minus 4 minus 3 is minus 7. Works beautifully. All right, so I realize what someone's going to say now. What are you going to do now? I want to do the bottom. And then, doing the bottom is, I bet it has one of those factors on top. All right? So this kind of reduces the amount of choice I have. It's always good to reduce the amount of choice. So I'm kind of looking at it. And, minus 1 is a root of the top, but I just don't see it being a root of the bottom. I'll put that down for you. X equals minus 1. What would you get there? Well, you get 27 plus 54 plus 36. There's no way. There's no way that's going to happen. There's no factor on the bottom that looks like x plus 1. So I got 2 more to look at. All right, 2 more to look at. I'd probably look at 2 now. All right, probably look at 2. And why is that? I'm just hoping it's going to be easy, like 2. If not, though, I'm going to assume it's 2x minus 3 is one of the factors. But let me try the 2. What would that give you? 27 minus 108 plus, well, let's see, that would be 4 times 36, right? That's 120 and 24, 144. And then minus, well, that would be 8 times 8, which is 64. All right? So looking at that, that doesn't look very promising, does it? Let's take a look at 27 and 144. That's going to be 171. Nah, that's not working. It's close, but it's not working. And close doesn't count. So I'm going to erase this over here. And again, my suspicion now, right? Let's put this down, is that the bottom has a factor. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. The bottom has a factor now of 2x minus 3. Now someone says, well, what are you going to do about that? I'm just going to do a long division, all right? And this is a variation of what you could do. I'm not saying it's what you're going to do, but you could do this. Let's write it down. 2x minus 3. I'm going to divide that into minus 8x cubed. Don't worry, I'm going to put it in order. Plus 36x squared minus 54x plus 27. All right? Let's take a look. Well, I'm going to get minus 4x squared. You're going to get minus 8x cubed. And then you're going to get plus 12x squared. Subtract 24x squared minus 54x plus 27. Repeat. What do you get? Plus 12x. What do you get? 24x squared minus 36x. Subtract. What do you get? Minus 18x plus 27. Minus 9. What do you get? Minus 18x plus 27. So as expected, I get that factor. Now here comes my next problem. I need to factor minus 4x plus 12 x minus 9. I'm going to factor a minus 1 out. No, you don't have to. That's 4x squared. That would be 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. This is looking very promising. What do you get? 2x, 3 and 3, minus minus. All right? So let's see if we got that. I got the 4x squared minus 6x minus 6x. Yeah, I get this. All right, so someone's going to say, I think I could have recognized that looking at that. And it's true. You could have recognized that this thing here, I'll write that down for you. Let me start to erase things for you. Oh, by the way, I forgot to put the minus sign over here. Just give me 1 second. I just want to review that you can recognize things possibly. Now, what I mean by that is this looks like an expansion of 3 minus 2x cubed. You'd get 27 minus, you would get 3 times 9 times 2x. That would give you minus 54x. Again, 3 times 9 is 27. 27 times 2 is 54. What do you get next? Plus 3 times 4x squared. What do you get? 36x squared. I'm seeing that. And last but not least, what do you get? Minus 8x cubed. All right? So what do I do now? I guess what I do, I'm going to get my eraser out, and long divisions and checking things. I'm going to reduce. So I'm looking at this, and there's only one factor that cancels. And let's write that down for you. This one factor here, let me put it in red for you. Cancels 1 here, this becomes a 2. What are you left off with? Let's write it down. And go back to black. you get x plus 1, x minus 2. I can put the minus sign on top now, and on bottom you get 2x minus 3 squared. Let me just simplify a tiny little bit. I don't like that minus sign hanging out there. So I'm going to write the top down as x plus 1. And I'm going to associate the minus 1 with the x minus 2. And that will become 2 minus x. And it's going to be 2x minus 3 squared. I'm going to do something that's, by the way, I want to point out, good answer, good answer. In other words, I don't see them being different. I'm just rewriting it for variation now. So I'm going to write them so they're all in the same order. So 1 plus x, this would be 2 minus x, and I'm actually going to write the bottom in the same order. I'd factor out minus 1, but when you square it, it's plus 1. So it's really the same thing as 3 minus 2x squared. They're all the same answer to me, all right? Let's look what they have over here. But again, I want to claim good, 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 good. They're all good to me. Thank you for listening.